My name's Ahmad Fahmy. I'm a doctor of optometry. I work at Minnesota Eye Consultants. I'm a staff doctor there, and I've been working at Minnesota Eye for many years. I did my residency there after school, and I grew up in an environment where at work, where we see a lot of cases perisurgically, and I work with in a high surgical volume practice where I have developed a niche for taking care of patients with glaucoma, anterior segment disease, and ocular surface disease. I use PROKERA because it's cryopreserved, and I feel like the efficacy is a little bit more on most of my dry eye patients. I think that there's probably some application for other types of amniotic membrane use on the ocular surface. But I think that there's a unique place for using PROKERA on a patient that has severe dry eye as far as getting them improved faster and kind of more quickly while you're dealing with still a chronic condition. So it does a very effective job at controlling the dryness and getting the patients to feel more comfortable much more effectively and quickly than other chronic drops that I typically use. Having said that, I probably would save some of the other adjuncts for amniotic membrane use on patients, for example, that have a tube or that kind of a trab or something like that, where the conj is very thin. I might use other applications of amniotic membrane, but on most of my dry eye patients, PROKERA is really my go-to as far as application of amniotic membrane. I think my wow moment was a patient who was 29 years old. She's an architect, and one of those patients that's just very highly active, very, very compliant, and her symptoms are significant. And she's in front of the computer 8 to 10 hours a day, and she does a lot of hiking, and so she's a very active patient. And I inherited her care after many years, and she had a significant amount of dry eye. So the level of PEK, or punctate epithelial keratopathy, was about 4. There was no, no filaments and no erosions, but she had really refractory dry eye that really wasn't working. It wasn't very well controlled by a bunch of other treatments from the previous providers that had seen her. And that was my wow moment, was looking at that cornea after I had used the PROKERA amniotic membrane on her eyes, and it went from about stage 4 to about 2. And I decided in her case to actually apply a second PROKERA ring in that same eye, and I did one eye at a time. Really the level of improvement in the dryness of the ocular surface was significant, and much more that I'd seen. So that, the wow moment was seeing how quickly the epithelium recovered after using PROKERA. So I started then to use it in other patients that have more acute problems like recurrent erosions or filaments. I found it to be very helpful, for those patients as well.